Hello, you beautiful souls. Just setting up my space. I love cleansing my space with Palo Santo. Make it all nice and beautiful with some gorgeous music in the background. I've got 432 hertz. That frequency is so beautiful for relaxing, helping me to focus and get ready. So I am absolutely honoured to be here again on Kinesioni, and the last 2 weeks have gone really quick. And so today we're going to have a deep conversation, but it's a transformational conversation. So if you're watching this later on the replay, if you can pop in the comments #replay. So in the meantime, grab yourself a cup of tea, light a candle, and just get a comfy spot, and then just listen in and hope that you can fully receive this message. So today's topic is really powerful. It's all about soul wounds. We all carry soul wounds, every single one of us, and the thing is, we don't just carry wounds from this life. We can carry them from past lives. We can also carry wounds from generational trauma and from unhealed emotional pain. And that unhealed emotional pain, that really lingers in our energy field. And any trauma that gets that is not healed on a soul level stays in our bodies as well. So you've probably heard the term the body holds the score, and it literally does. If we have any trauma, or it can end up causing illness or disease. Now you look at the word disease, and it's dis-ease. So the body and mind is not at ease with itself, and that's how it manifests. So these invisible scars, these invisible wounds that we might not even know that we're carrying, they shape our beliefs, they shape our relationships, and as I said, these invisible wounds can manifest in the physical body too. So if you have ever felt stuck in repeating negative patterns, I mean, I know this is something that I went through for a very long time. I jumped from toxic relationship to toxic relationship, and I kept on repeating the same patterns, so I kept on attracting the same kind of people. It wasn't until I kind of put my hand up and realized that I had to break those patterns and break those chains, and had to do that healing, that things started to change. So the next one is, if you ever struggled with feelings of unworthiness or self-doubt, hands up. I have. For so many years, I struggled with self-doubt. My inner critic was an absolute bitch, I'll be honest with you. And that self-doubt, and it created the imposter syndrome. Do you know what I mean? Because I was qualified in and researched and studied for many years, but I never felt like I was good enough. And that was due to those invisible wounds. It was due to the trauma that I'd been through. So you can probably relate to this. I mean, like, if you've had people, if you've had a lot of toxic relationships in your life, I mean, it doesn't give you a good ground to give you confidence, because those relationships tend to strip your confidence away. But also that trauma that takes your confidence away as well. So the next one is having chronic anxiety, or having fears with no particular cause. The chronic anxiety, I had that for a very long time, and it was crippling. It was absolutely crippling. And there was fears that I had that I didn't even know where they come from. I mentioned it on a live before, about having a fear of going on buses and travelling, and I'm like, where did that come from? It didn't seem logical to me to have that fear about going on buses. But then I realised it was a childhood wound. So that come from when I was about 5 years old and got lost on the Isle of Wight on a bus. So there's always a root cause. And that's the beautiful thing about shamanic healing, is that we can always get to that root cause without ripping any wounds open. I mean, that is really important, because especially if you've been through trauma, we don't want to do that, and we don't do that at all. So this session really is for you. If by the end of this live you will have a clear understanding of what soul wounds actually are. I'll give you the 5 major signs that you are carrying the soul wounds. I'll give you practical steps to begin the process of healing. And if you stay to the end, there is a special invitation for you. If you're ready to clear these wounds and step into your power, I've got something for you. So please do stay to the end. And I'm also going to do a beautiful Bridget blessing as well at the end, because we're in bulk. It's the 1st of February going into the 2nd. So yeah, blessings. So if you're watching, drop a I'm ready in the comments if you're excited to hear all about this. It's something that changed my life, and it's something that I'm so passionate about, and I want everyone else to experience this, because it's like for me it was like the missing piece in the healing puzzle. So I know how much it's going to help you. So stay with me, and let's dive into it. Okay. So a little bit about me. I'm not going to say too much, because it's not about me, it's about you guys. So my name's Kalani. I've been a therapist for nearly 17 years. I'm a shamanic priestess, an energy master, and teacher, energy medicine master teacher, and I'm a soul coach as well. So I've learned a lot of modalities over the years, and I've combined them under all under one umbrella, and so that I can give you the very best of not only the research and study that I've done, but also my life experience as well. So let me be real with you. I mean, you've probably heard some of my stories before. I didn't just wake up with this wisdom. It has taken me a very, very long time. 17 years of studying and researching, and probably a whole lifetime before that. But the thing is, I mean, I've done it, so you don't have to. Okay. So my journey started in a completely different place years ago. I was a broken soul. I was a lost soul. I was carrying soul wounds that I didn't even know existed. And it was causing all sorts of problems. I kept on getting trapped in toxic cycles, repeating those relationships, self-sabotaging. I was in chronic fear. I was in emotional pain, and there was no amount of therapy or affirmations or positive thinking that could fix what I was going through. I literally tried everything. Do you know what I mean? Reading self-help books, going to workshops, counselling for 3 years, meditating, but nothing really seemed to shift the heaviness that I was feeling inside. And so it wasn't until I discovered deep soul healing through my shamanic practices and ancestral clearing that my life started to radically change. I mean, I was healing little bit by little bit over the years, but there was always something missing. And now when I say I felt like there was something missing, there literally was something missing. It was parts of my soul. So here's the truth though. You might have gone through self-sabotage or self-criticism. You might have anxiety, depression, but the thing is, you're not broken. I've got to make that really clear. You are not broken. You are not stuck. You're not stuck like this forever. At one point in my life, I thought that I was going to feel like that forever. I felt like I was never going to heal, that it was never going to get better, but it does, and it can, and there is a way, and I can show you. The thing is, your soul is calling you to heal, awaken, and arise. Every time you have a trigger, that's an invite for you to heal. Every time you have a trigger, you can grow from that. You can glow from that. We're taught that triggers are bad things. I want to flip that around, because we can turn those triggers around, and it's helped me to grow. It's helped my clients to grow. I've seen amazing transformations in my clients, and seeing them turn around because they're not scared. They're not scared of healing. Do you know what I mean? They're starting to talk to they're doing that deep soul healing. They're talking to their soul. They're having that conversation with their soul, and they're, more importantly, they're listening to, because your soul is your higher self, and it's the very best part of you that wants the very best for you. It's like having a mum, a best friend, do you know what I mean, and everything all in one. Your soul is rooting for you. Your soul is your biggest cheerleader. Your soul can help you. I know it sounds like a really weird concept. You're like, really like, you're right. Okay, how on earth am I going to talk to my soul? That sounds absolutely ridiculous, but it's not. I can show you a way. I can show you a way. With the soul retrieval, you can when you get your soul parts back, then I can guide you on how to have that conversation with your soul, and it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. But before we go there, I'm jumping ahead of myself. So what are soul wounds? So soul wounds are deep energetic imprints left by trauma, pain, and emotional suffering. They are wounds. These wounds can happen, and it affects your essence. It affects your power. Any of these wounds will affect your life force, and they will affect your soul. So these wounds can come from past life trauma, any unresolved pain that you will be carried forward through reincarnation. I feel like I've definitely got a witch wound from a past life, and I know that at one, because I have little flashbacks, really weird things of my throat being like strangled or tied or something, and I don't like things around my neck. It's like but yeah, that we can carry all sorts of things from past lives. So the ancestral trauma. So with our family, these wounds can be, and the pain can be passed down through generations in our DNA. So there might be similar patterns that have happened in your family, with your children, with yourself, with your mother, with your grandmother, your great grandmother, etc. There might be different traits that might be passed down. But just because you've been passed down those traits, it doesn't mean that you have to accept them and that you're going to be like that for the rest of your life. You can break those chains. You can change that ancestral trauma. You can heal it and grow from it as well. But the thing is, what I want people to know is there's not only ancestral trauma that gets passed down through your DNA, there is also ancestral success that can be passed down through your DNA. So it's not all negative. I mean, I didn't realise how much I was like my mum until she passed into spirit. Bless her heart. But I'm really, really proud, do you know what I mean, of the all the positive stuff that my mum has given me, and that I'm able to create in my life. Do you know what I mean? I've created my business. Do you know what I mean? I'm healing. Do you know what I mean? I've been working with mental health, and it's incredible. And that's from my mum. Thank you. So don't forget to. It's not all bad. It's not all bad. But even if there's some bad stuff that's happened to you in your life, do you know what I mean? There is ways of healing it. And shamanic healing and soul retrieval is just one of them. So the next one is early childhood wounds, and this could be moments of neglect, abandonment, or rejection that shapes your subconscious. So our core beliefs, our programming is very susceptible from birth till I think it's about 7 years old. And if we have trauma that happens to us at that young age, then our reactions are very, very limited, and we create trauma responses, and we create mechanisms to cope with that trauma, but sometimes they're not always that healthy, but they're still normal responses. So childhood wounds is a big one. I mean, I do a lot of inner child work. I've done the inner child work on myself. I suffered a lot of wounds as a child, and I've worked with a lot of clients, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful when you do that healing, and it's powerful, and it's life-changing. It's absolutely life-changing. But with all of these wounds, the biggest problem is that most people don't realise that they're carrying them. We just carry on in life, just feeling like something's wrong, but not knowing what exactly it is. And the thing is, people have like different behaviours, trauma responses, and it can lead to like addictions and all kinds of stuff, and it's not anyone's fault. No one's born with an instructional manual, but these wounds, they might be invisible, but they can be healed. So I hope this is making sense to you. And I'd just like to welcome Zainab and Claire. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Much love to you both. So I'm just going to have a little bit of my drink. So the 5 signs that you might be carrying soul wounds. Here's how to know if a soul wound is affecting you. Number 1, you might have a deep sense of unworthiness. No matter what you achieve, you always feel like you're not good enough. Yeah, I've been there. You struggle to receive love or recognition without feeling guilty. Yeah. You'll self-sabotage. You will put my teeth back in. You will self-sabotage opportunities out of fear of failure or success. Yeah. I've been through all of those. I literally changed my name, my surname years ago, but I changed it by default. And I don't tell many people this, but I'm going to tell you. I'm going to let you in a little secret. So my name was Unsworth, and it never felt right to me. Do you know what I mean? It was like unworth. Do you know what I mean? Unworthy. I'm unworthy. And I was like, no, I'm not unworthy. So I changed it. I changed it by default when I was in the women's refuge. So I'll do another story about changing my name. But anyway, let's get back to this. Sorry, I get distracted easily. So the first one is a deep sense of unworthiness. So you might be self-sabotaging. You might be not feeling good enough. Do you know what I mean? But you are good enough. Exactly how you are. You're beautiful. Right, the second one is patterns of toxic relationships. Yeah, that was me for way too many years. Not anymore. Thankfully. I've got beautiful people around me now. I'm very blessed. So patterns of toxic relationships. You keep on attracting emotionally unavailable or toxic partners. Yep. Been there, done the video, wrote the book as well. Literally. Second one, you have a hard time setting boundaries. Now, boundaries is a big thing that in our lives. When you start setting start setting healthy boundaries, you will start changing your life, guaranteed. It's the first thing that I had to do to switch my life around. It's powerful stuff. And the third one is you either chase love, you keep on chasing it, or you might push it away. I have had a lot of toxic relationships, do you know what I mean? But I've also probably had just not many, because there's not many out there. Well, no, let's be positive. There's millions out there, but some I've probably pushed away because I've not been ready, or I've because there are red flags, I mean the warning signs, but there are also green flags in relationships. I mean, there's a lot of signs that you need to look out for, that, oh my God, this is a good one, this is a keeper. Do you know what I mean? We're not all perfect, so sometimes we have to work through stuff. But it's those patterns of toxic relationships. It's turning that. I want to turn that around and help people to create more conscious connections and conscious relationships, where, do you know what I mean, where you're working with each other, you're not working against each other or working against the world. So the third one is chronic feelings of emptiness or disconnection. So you might have brain fog, you might have memory loss, you might, I mean, sometimes I still do this. Sometimes I'll be having a conversation with someone, and then all of a sudden my mind will start drifting off. So you might have that. It's a feeling of disconnection, and so you might feel that something is missing in your life, but you don't know what. That's your soul part, guaranteed. You might struggle to feel fully present in life, or no amount of success, love, or external validation fills that void. So looking for that external validation to fill that void, that is a big thing for all of us, because happiness and love is an inside job, and that job is inside your soul. And when it's full and whole, you won't need to look outside for validation. You won't feel that need to fill your void, fill that void in your soul, because it will be whole. So that's the beautiful thing about the soul retrieval and the soul revival. So number 4, so persistent fear and anxiety without a clear cause. You might feel on edge, or you're waiting, or like you're waiting for something bad to happen. Having that feeling of like doom and gloom, like that massive, like a massive cloud, like a cloud hanging over your head. Sometimes, I mean, in the past when I had it, it was horrible. It put me into a really, really dark place. But we can shine light. We can shine light on that. We can shine light on anything. So you might have unexplained fears or phobias. I've got a fear of anyone touching my neck. I know that's from a past life thing. You might have fears, or there might be all kinds of fears, but they're probably from the past. A lot of them can be from the past. A lot of them can be from the present, but some of them can be from the past. So, and if your nervous system is constantly in fight or flight, and you're constantly releasing cortisol, and you're constantly in that stress mode, your body, your mind's not at ease, so your body is going to constantly feel like it's not at ease. So that's when we're going to release all those stress hormones, which is not good. Especially long term, can cause all sorts of problems with our body. You might have an unshakable longing for something more in your life. You might not have a knowing, but you know deep in your soul or deep in your heart or wherever you're feeling it right now, you know that there's more to life. There's something more that you don't know what it is. When I was severely depressed many years ago, and I had a vision of what I'm doing, exactly what I'm doing. Well, not exactly what I'm doing now, but I knew everyone that I wanted to help. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but my soul was like going, there is something you can do. You do have that vision, but I had to get my soul parts back to get the whole picture. And so now I've got the whole picture, and that's why I'm here today. So do any of these signs resonate with you? So patterns of toxic relationships, or the anxiety, feelings of emptiness, disconnection, maybe fears or anxiety, or an unshakable longing for something more. So you might feel like you're searching for a deeper purpose, but you keep on looking for the answers outside yourself. I'm telling you, the answers are within. And you might feel drawn to healing and spirituality, but you don't know where to start. So if any of them resonate with you, let me know in the comments which ones resonates. But healing is not easy. I am not going to sugarcoat it at all. So at this point, you're probably watching this and you're probably thinking, I've done so much healing already, but I'm still feeling this way. Maybe this is just how life is, because sometimes you just accept it. You just go, wow, it's not going to be any other way. Or you might think, I don't even know where to begin with healing this. But here's the truth. These soul wounds won't just disappear in time. You know, the old cliched, I mean, you're, I don't even say it much, so I can't even remember what it no, the old cliche about healing with time or something like that. I mean, it just takes time. If you have something happen to you at 3 years old, and so you've had a trauma at 3 years old, an illness, an accident or abuse, if that trauma is not healed at a deep soul level, that will affect that person for the rest of their life, and it will affect the relationships with everyone else for the rest of their life. It will affect generations to come for the rest of their life. That trauma, that illness, that whatever it is, that poor child's had at 3 years old needs to be healed at a soul level. And this is what I mean, shamanic healing in the tribe. If that 3-year-old had a trauma, any kind of trauma, the shaman like myself would do the healing for that child, and the whole community of the tribe would support that child. So within 3 days that would happen. So but in today's society, especially if a child of that age, if they've been through trauma, they probably won't have any instant treatment at all. They might go 3 weeks, they might go 3 months, might go 3 years, they might go 30 years, they might go 60 years, they might go 90 years, they might go a lifetime. They might never ever get that healing for that trauma, and that is heartbreaking. That's not what I want. I want people, if they have any kind of trauma, to be able to access healing as soon as possible, because the sooner you can, the better it is for yourself. And the thing is, we can go through these self-help books and there's a lot. I mean, I've done day courses, and they're awful. Well, they're not awful, but I couldn't learn what I needed to in just one day. So I literally had to go away and research and start. I mean, it's a good job I'm like that. I love studying. I'm a bit of a geek. So what I'm offering is, I mean, it's that knowledge and that understanding. So this is why I've created my soul revival program, Doreen. So you get all the experience and the transformation in a short amount of time, in just 4 weeks, and it's a beautiful start to your healing journey. So the my soul revival program is for those of you who are really truly ready to heal and clear deep soul wounds, release generational and past life trauma. You want to reclaim your power and confidence, and you want to step into your divine purpose. So remembering who you are. So inside this program, I do shamanic soul retrievals. I do energy medicine healing, and also the chakra work. So I work with ancestral and past life healing, and also the soul coaching. So that is the spiritual coaching and mentoring, to integrate your healing into your everyday life. So I take you on a beautiful journey to help you to listen to your soul and to talk to your soul too. So it's having that conversation so that you know exactly what you need to do to go forward in your healing journey. It's a big leap, but when you take that leap, and it's beautiful, it's absolutely beautiful, and it's so empowering, and it's life-changing. Definitely is life-changing. It changed my life, and I've changed many of my clients, and I want to change even more. So if my soul revival program, if that resonates with you, pop in the comments revival, or DM me, DM and message me, and let's have a chat, because your healing is waiting for you. You are powerful, you're worthy, and you deserve to be free. I want you to get those soul parts back so you can live your life with passion and prosperity and purpose. That's what it's all about. So has anyone got any questions? If anyone has any questions later on, if you're watching this later on, then please just pop them in the comments below, and I will be happy to answer them. So if you're interested in my soul revival program, that's 4 weeks. So pop me a message and let's have a chat. And I'm going to finish now. with a beautiful blessing from the goddess Bridget to celebrate the light of Imbolc and let's heal the past, the present and the future. I call upon my highest self, the illumined divine beings that love me unconditionally and guide me with superior spiritual wisdom. I call upon the healing light of Goddess Bridget, she who lights the free pathways of inspiration, healing and transformation. She who is born at sunrise bringing light, and she who brings bright wisdom, the flame of Kildare, who burns for 1,000 years in our world and eternally within our souls. Bridget, divine solar mother, your head is a tower of radiant, sacred flames. The light of your knowledge is inextinguishable. The compassion from which such light arises is inexhaustible. Help me understand, heal, and reshape my path with the highest wisdom and spiritual light for the benefit of all. So be it. Love, light, and blessings to you all. Hope you have a beautiful day.